Wah! Well, tune this out! Wah!
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you guys a Purge Hailey build. Before I get into the video, I wanted to say that the Hailey and Perforator build were both from OrneryBiscuit. I will have both of the videos in the description down below. With that being said, let's get right into the video. So starting off with Hailey's build, we are going to be running skill expansion for range, nimble fingers for cooldown, shot focus for firearm attack, power increase for skill power, MP collector for MP sustain, increase HP for survivability, skill concentration for critical hit damage, multi-talented for the cooldown for our first ability, MP conversion for cooldown, and then front lines for critical hit rate and critical hit damage. And for our Transcendant mod, we are going to be running cryogenic cluster shot. This is going to give our first ability AoE. Also, we're going to get the benefit of 100% additional damage for our weapons. And then for our trigger mod, we are going to be running Kuiper Hollow points. This is going to give us stacks which we can spend to do additional weak point damage. This will allow us to kill the elites within 2 to 3 shots. I will explain how we're going to be able to get these stacks in the gameplay loop. For the reactor, we are going to be running a chill singular reactor. Make sure that it has cooldown and critical hit damage. And then for the mounting, make sure that it has hand cannon and it actually has sniper. The reason why you're going to want sniper mounted is because we are going to be using Zenith to kill the boss. For the external components, we are going to be running the Ascending set and the Shell Crusher set. Make sure that you are running both the 2-piece sets for both of these external components. The Ascending set is going to give skill cooldown, and the Shell Crusher set is going to give fire rate. I will have all the substats for the external components in the description down below. This is going to be the Arche Tuning. For the mutant cells, make sure that you are running defense neutralization and frostbite vulnerability. For defense neutralization, this is just going to reduce their defense and chill resistance, and then for frostbite vulnerability, every time we inflict frostbite on an enemy, we're going to get a skill power increase. Now for the inversion reinforcement perks, we are going to be running chill focus rounds, strike point amplification, and selective neural stimulation. Try to make sure that you do have the attribute tree fully maxed. This is going to benefit us the most just because we are going to get enhanced focus rounds, which is going to reduce their attribute resistances. For the fellow, we are going to be running the Vespers hunting dog. The reason why we're going to be running this dog is so that we can maintain ammunition throughout the fight. There is going to be times where you're going to be struggling to get impact rounds, and the Vesper dog is going to help you out a lot. For the weapons, we are going to be using the Peacemaker. For the Peacemaker build, we are going to be focusing on fire rate, chill damage, critical hit rate with critical hit damage, firearm attack, and weapons per magazine. If you want, you can replace rifling reinforcement with weak point damage, that being weak point sight or having aim. Personally, I wouldn't choose having aim just because of the accuracy decrease. This weapon can be inaccurate at times, so just having the normal weak point sight might be the play over having aim. For the cores, we are going to be running 1 chill attack, firearm critical hit damage, 2 fire rates, and 1 bonus firearm attack to Legion of Darkness. For the substats on the weapon, we are going to be running firearm critical hit rate, firearm attack, firearm critical hit damage, and then firearm attack to Legion of Darkness. If you want, you could actually go with weak point damage instead of firearm critical hit damage. I don't know which one would be stronger, but you could test it out if you want. For the other weapon, we are going to be running the Piercing Light. For the Piercing Light, this is just going to be for Zenith. This is just going to be a critical hit rate, critical hit damage, weak point with rounds per magazine, and firearm attack. This is going to allow the Zenith to do the most amount of damage with having the most amount of bullets. For the substats, we do not actually need to put in cores because cores do not affect the Zenith. All we really worry about is firearm critical hit damage, firearm attack, weak point damage, and instead of bonus firearm attack to Colossus, you could put that against a Legion of Darkness. If you want to use this for bossing, I would keep Colossus. The damage isn't really that big, so it's really up to you. So how the gameplay loop is going to work, you're going to activate your third ability, Cold Fury. Once you've activated your third ability, you're going to get the benefits of the critical hit rate. This is going to help proc your unique ability on your Peacemaker. Every time you hit a critical hit rate with your Peacemaker, it's going to shoot out a flurry of nades that are going to do damage. Once you've activated your third ability, you're going to spam your first ability, which is Cryogenic Cluster Shot. Again, this is going to allow you to do AoE damage whenever you defeat an enemy that is affected by frostbite. And then also you're going to get the additional damage by 100% whenever you land frostbite on an enemy. For Zenith, all you gotta do is make sure that you have your Piercing Light equipped, so then you reap the benefits of the gun, and then you're just gonna shoot Zenith into the boss's head and then reap the damage. I almost forgot to mention, the way you're gonna be able to stack Kuiper Hollow Point is that you're going to do body shots to the ads or the little enemies, and then once you've gotten enough stacks from doing body shots from the ads, you're just going to pump it into the elites, allowing you to kill them within 2 to 3 shots if you hit the weak point. If you made it this far into the video, that's pretty much everything you're going to need in order to play Hailey and Purge. Really quickly, before I end this video, I kind of want to give some thoughts about Hailey and what I think they need to improve in order for her to be viable, especially in the current stage of the game. So right now, everyone is really fast with the weapon cores, and Hailey kind of suffers from that because of Cold Fury. Pretty much every time you stack up Cold Fury, you're going to be losing movement speed, which really sucks because a lot of the Descendants are a lot quicker than Hailey. Hailey kind of has to like roll around to even feel like she can move quickly. It kind of does suck. I do feel like they need to get rid of the movement speed penalty. Don't mind my dog. She's freaking out. I don't know why. But honestly, like, just get rid of the movement speed penalty and honestly Hailey would feel better. I know they added vehicles, so that kind of combats her movement speed issues, but in 400% you can't use the vehicles, so you're still going to be kind of behind most of the Descendants that have movement speed cores on their weapons if you're trying to use the critical hit rate. I mean, you could just not use Cold Fury, but Cold Fury really does just help with your overall damage, especially with the Perforator in this build. So yeah, I mean, you could just use other guns like the Malevolent, but again, I just feel like they need to remove the movement speed penalty. It really sucks. This is the reason why I only use her in Purge, because Purge, you're kind of just fixed in one area, so it kind of lets her shine a little bit. You don't have to move around too quickly, but even then, not having the movement speed penalty would still be really nice for Purge. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.